So our next conversation will be on data collection in Nigeria. And joining me is Lanre Yusuf, NIMC Director. Thank you for joining us in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's just move straight to the point because there's really no time. Nigeria is assumed to be a country without adequate data. That has been a conversation that's been since I've known what to become Nigeria. Even with the little we have, it seems very difficult to assess them. What's your reaction to this?
Well, we're all aware of the national identification number. That's the first step of trying to identify every resident in Nigeria. And the national identification number is an 11-digit unintelligent randomly generated number. And what that does is that it uniquely identifies individuals. So what are the components that identify individuals? First of all, it's your demographic information, whereby your name, your date of birth, and place of birth. Those are things that do not change. Well, you can change your name, but you cannot change the date of birth and the place of birth. Right? And most importantly, in the biometrics. What are the biometrics? There are three modalities of biometrics. There's the face, there's the fingerprint, and there's the iris. In this case, with the National Identity Management Commission, we are using the two modalities. We are on the progress of upgrading and including the third modality, which is the iris. So that's what uniquely identifies individuals.
Data accuracy is very germane to any developing nation, and of course for the development of any nation. How far is Nigeria in this?
I think we are doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We started a little bit late. There are hiccups when we started. There were identity projects that started in the late 90s, okay? And those hit roadblocks because of privacy issues, okay? They were conceived with a foreign company who decided that they own the data. In this case, what we're doing now is Nigeria owns the data, okay? The data is domiciled in Nigeria, and the data is protected, is within our reach, is generated by Nigerians. All the applications and the components that drive collection of the data are done by Nigerians. Yes, so I think we're doing pretty well.
Nigeria came to the party very late in terms of data collection. What are the challenges you face, and how are you succumbing those challenges? Let me put it that way.
Well, before the incoming of the DG, the current DG, Engineer Abisoye Koka Odusete, we've been able to reach a milestone. But it is not just the data that you collect, it's the accuracy and the quality of the data. So that's the phase where we're in now. And I'm sure you must have seen making rounds in the media about data breach, about whatever. Nigerian data are secure and protected, okay? And data is of no use if it cannot be accessed. Yeah. So there are relationships, there are stakeholder agencies. We have the banks for financial inclusion. We have the same registration, okay? We have pension, we have driver's license. So all these sister agencies who do functional identity role in the identity ecosystem are plugged into one foundational identity, which is the National Identification Database. So there are challenges, of course. There are funding issues. There are data privacy issues. Now with the President signing of the Data Protection Act, we are seeing more attention being driven towards compliance. There is the Nigerian Data Protection Commission also, who is actively involved in making sure that data protection officers are trained. There are data protection compliance agencies that need to be onboarded. So we are making some progress.
On the last note, seeking data is very difficult. I don't know how difficult it is for Nigeria, because, for example, I want to get an international passport. I'm already registered with NIMC is there. Why do the Immigration Service have to ask for my data again?
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. And in all fairness, immigration has been one of the great supporters of the identity project because, again, we all rely on the same standard, which is the ICAO standard. Lately, if you do know, and I'm sure you are well-traveled, you cannot acquire a passport or renew one in Nigeria without having the national identification number. So that tells you the synergy, the harmonization, and trying to make sure that we have one foundational identity whereby you can go and update or identify yourself. Gone are the days whereby you can be Mr. AB somewhere and you are Mr. ABC in another place. Those days are gone. So we've seen these stakeholder agencies complying, the tax agencies, the driver license, the pension agency, the pension commission, and everything. They are plugging into the system. And also, the security agencies, as high as the Office of the National Security Advisors, have provided an umbrella to provide security about data breaches and data privacy policies. So we're getting somewhere.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Lanre Yusuf.
Thank you.
It's indeed a very interesting conversation to have with you. And that's Mr. Lanre Yusuf, Director, IDD and NIMC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Now we'll go to the headline.